There's my girl. First we pet the dog, pay the dog tax. Okay, now I got dog snot on my hand. I don't know why they have to do that. It's like you pet them and they wipe their nose on your hand. That's not very nice. Okay, what monstrosity do I have going on here? Well, I pulled out my air filter just to have a look. Because again, when I bought this bike, you don't know what they've done or didn't do to it. Apparently some bugs have taken up residence into my filter. So I'm very lightly going to basically clean this out. So this looks like a fairly good filter. It doesn't really look too bad. Just a little bit of buggage. A little bit of a pain. There's 3 bolts. Yes, I've lost 1 washer. You always have to lose a part or 2. So this bike is no longer 100% original. It's missing 1 washer from here. And it went into there somewhere, and I have no idea where it went. Didn't hit the ground, so I'll find it later. But anyway, there's the inside of the airbox for the TT600. Not that intimidating, but you will need a Torx. I believe this is a Torx 30. Don't quote me on that, but it's a Torx 30. There's the 4 bolts. Do not lose them. And 3 tank bolts. They got rubber mounts for the tanks. I forgot to undo my bad me. If you're going to do this, don't do as I say, not as I do here. Undo your ground just in case you short out on the tank and catches fire on you. I just got a piece of... I'm inspecting some of this stuff here, so I got a breather. That's obviously the fuel. There's the tank sensor, stuff like that. That looks pretty. Who knows? As long as it still works. If I run out of gas, my fuel light doesn't come on. It's because I moved the wire or whatever. That's a problem with when you get older bikes. This bike has no problems, but I'm just doing like the maintenance stuff. So I'm going to blow out the filter with the compressor. There you go. That's a TT600. I don't think I've been at this 20 minutes. 3 bolts, 4 bolts of Torx. Then you can just kind of inspect things. So it looks like everything's doing its job. So I'll just go with that. So that's where it goes. And then this is the top here. It just goes in one way. You can see there's a slotted groove just over there. So it can only go in one way anyway. So yeah, all right. So there we go. And you can see, just so you know, the green is going to seal to the back. So the filter's going in this way. Just so you know. All right, so anyway, I'm going to clean that out. Then that will be done. And then, but it looks like if I want to change the spark plugs, that's going to be probably a 2-hour job just to change the spark plugs in this. I don't know how easy this airbox is to come out, but you're definitely going to have to remove the tank completely. So I still got about a half tank of fuel in there, so that's why I didn't take it off completely. Otherwise, I would, and then I'd get it out of the way to work on it. Looks like the fuel lines have kind of like quick disconnects on it, so that once you drain your fuel out, you can unhook the tank for easier access. So I'll explore that probably a little bit tomorrow. There's your breather box vent there, so it doesn't get flooded full of water, etc., etc. You can check out your seals and all kinds of stuff here. So got a bit of stuff there. So yeah, normal wear and tear, but everything looks good. Throttle cable adjust right here. I'll cover this stuff out later. Everything looks good on the throttle cable, so that I might not be able to solve my idle problem with the throttle cable. The play is good, everything's good, so it's I don't know. So I might have to. The next 2 things to do to solve my fueling problem is either fuel mapping, which I can't do myself because I don't have the program to do it, or change the spark plugs. So yeah, I'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm just doing inventory and having a look in there. I don't know if it's going to rain today or not. Hopefully not. But if it rains tomorrow, I'll work on the bike tomorrow and take the tank right off. And then I also got to top up my radiator fluid and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. There we go.